Periva Saranam. Voice of God, Volume 1. The day Krishna was born. Krishna's birthday. In Gita, Sri Krishna Bhagavan says that when the world sleeps, the Jnani, one who has attained the supreme knowledge, is awake. He says this in the sense that the Jnani always remains in the light of knowledge which cannot be seen by the people of the world. When it is dark everywhere, if some light appears, we welcome it. In the midst of a desert, a little shade and water appear, it gives immeasurable joy. The lighting that appears in the midst of dark clouds appears very bright. Sri Krishna Paramatma was born in Dakshinayana, the 6th month period, when the sun moves to the south of the equator, in the month of Ashada, in Krishna Paksha, dark fortnight of the month, and in Ashtami Tithi, the 8th day of the lunar half month, at midnight. What is 1 year for us is a day for the Devatas, celestial beings. Our Uttarayana, 6 months period, when the sun moves to the north of the equator, is their daytime. Our Dakshinayana is their night time. So, the time when Krishna was born is night time for the Devas. In the same manner, what is a month for us is a day for Pitrus. Our Sukla Paksha, bright fortnight, is their daytime. Our Krishna Paksha is their night. Therefore, Krishna Paksha, in which Krishna was born, is also night for the Pitrus. Since Ashtami is in the middle of the fortnight, that is midnight for Pitrus also. Sri Krishna was born in Ashtami at midnight. What do we know from this? The time at which Krishna was born is midnight for Devas, Pitrus and the humans. It was a time when it was dark in every way. The place where Krishna was born was the dark jail. Thus, during the avatara, that is incarnation of Krishna, it was an atmosphere of total darkness. His name is also Krishna. Krishna means dark. His body was also dark. Although he was born dark, when it was entirely dark, he was bright light of Jnana. It was the light of Jnana which appeared in the midst of so much darkness, just as lightning in the midst of dark clouds. It was because it was the light of Jnana, it has not become dim, but is shining even now all time. It is only the world which is dark with Ajnana, opposite of Jnana, that is ignorance. The greatness of Jnana will be more. In the same way, Krishna's greatness is shining. His Gita reverberates throughout the world. Srimad Bhagavata Purana, which describes his divine place, continues to shine great. To the body, the eyes pass the light. To the soul, it is Jnana that gives light. Kannan, Krishna, is the eye of all beings in the world, giving them the light of Jnana. In the south, he is not only Krishna, but is Kannan. His form immerses the internal Jnana, eye, and the external eye in Amrit, that is nectar. The Kannan who gives the Gitamrit, the nectar of music, through our ears by his flute, and the essence of all teachings, namely the Gitamrit, is the world's eye. The eye that shows brightness in the midst of blackness. He is that brightness too. Sri Krishna enacted several divine plays in the single incarnation. Very mischievous child, then the young boy who took the cattle for grazing, the artist who danced, played on the flute, a person of taste who enjoyed all these, an expert in wrestling, when he was victorious over Kamsa's men, Chanura and Mushtikan, one who showed he could subdue the bulls, when a condition was laid that he should subdue 7 bulls to marry Satyai, the daughter of King Nagnajit. A great diplomat and emissary, driver of the chariot, went to rescue of the people like Draupadi, who was in great distress, a protector of devotees and those without support like Kuchela, one who gave moksha to Bhishma, not only to Bhishma but also to the hunter who had aimed an arrow at him to kill him. Such was his divine place. In the world, people are with differing attitudes, good and bad, the valiant and the brave, the thief and the womanizer, the simpleton and the toiler, the old man and the child, the haughty and the benevolent, one whose hearts melt and one who is stone-hearted, the miser and the spendthrift, the idiot and the wise, the yogi and the jnani. Thus, there are people with a variety of mental states. Of these people, it may not be possible for a Mahatma endowed with all that is good or a divine incarnation to attract those with bad aspects. One thief may find taste in the story of another thief. One pleasure-loving person will find the place of another pleasure-loving person interesting. With a view to attract not only the good but others too, he put on the garb of a lover, thief, deceitful person, cunning, performing arts of jugglery, etc. By his variety of plays, that is Leelas, he individually attracted people of different tendencies, blessed them with his compassion, and through that he elevated them to jnana and redeemed them. Therefore, it is Krishna Avatara which is a complete or Purna Avatara. Between Krishnashtami, that is Janmashtami, and Shivaratri, there will be exactly 180 days gap. In one, Lingam, which is a Jnana Jyoti, rose. The same came as Kannan, who, though he kept everything dark externally, was Jyoti inside in Jnana and compassion. Periva Saranam.